During its controversial war on terror in Syria, the US military killed a big number of civilians and has ever since tried to cover up the crimes in order to escape with impunity, Syrian experts have said. In a 2019 airstrike near the town of Baghouz in Syria's eastern Deir al-Zor province, a total of 80 people were killed, 64 of whom were believed to be civilians including women and children, in one of the largest civilian casualty incidents in the US war against the Islamic State. However, the killing of civilians in the attack was first exposed by the New York Times in last November, prompting a US internal probe by the Pentagon, which concluded last week that most of the killed were IS fighters, so no US troops involved should be even disciplined. In defense of the conclusion, Pentagon spokesperson John Kirby said, "Yes, we killed some innocent civilians, women and children. It was in the midst of combat, in the fog of war." The US Central Command also defended its action earlier by claiming that 60 of the victims might have been terrorists because women and children in the Islamic State sometimes took up arms.
طبعا كانت الغاية من تأخير مسألة التحقيقات وعدم
Of
الإعلان.
course, the goal behind delaying the investigation was an attempt to absorb the public opinion, whether in the US or the international public opinion, relating to the delay or the procrastination of this issue. This announcement gives a new impression that the US is defending human rights and is concerned about it, including its direct responsibility for different parts of the world, and Syria in particular, regarding the Baghouz massacre.
هذا التقرير يأتي في إطار محاولة الجيش الأمريكي تلميع صورته وتبرئة.
This report comes in the framework of the US military's attempt to polish its image and exonerate its members in Syria from the crimes they are accused of by US media outlets in Syria. Also, there is an attempt to deliberately conceal the real numbers of innocent people killed as a result of the US strikes, as well as an attempt to escape with impunity in the face of the humanitarian international law, which indicates that the US, which claims and carries flashy slogans about the protection of human rights and democracy, is actually violating the human rights and the rights of the Syrians through committing massacres against the Syrian people under the slogan of protecting the Syrian people. The creation of the anti-terror coalition outside international legitimacy, the intervention in the Syrian territories without coordination with the Syrian state outside the legal framework, and the killing of Syrians under the slogan of fighting terrorism, indicate how the US is undermining the international law under the pretext of freedom and human rights.